You ever watch someone breeze through a Monday morning, coffee in hand, inbox at zero, somehow not visibly dead inside, and wonder what dark magic they've signed a contract with? Meanwhile, you're standing there, third alarm ignored, looking for your keys that are in your hand. Here's the thing, it's not magic. It's not discipline either, at least not the punishing kind. It's something quieter, smarter. These people have figured out a few psychological tricks that most of us walk right past every single day. And once you see them, you can't unsee them. The first type is what you might call the environment architect. You know someone like this, maybe it's you, who doesn't rely on willpower at all. They put their gym shoes by the door the night before, not because they're some productivity robot, because they understand something most of us miss. Your environment makes decisions before your brain even wakes up. There's a principle in behavioral psychology called friction reduction. The less effort a good behavior requires, the more likely you are to do it. The environment architect doesn't fight their lazy morning self. They just redesign the obstacle course so laziness accidentally leads somewhere useful. Sneaky, a little. Effective, completely. Then there's the 2-minute thinker. You've probably heard some version of this before, but here's what people get wrong about it. It's not really about time. It's about the psychological weight of open loops. Every undone task, reply to that email, put away that cup, make that appointment, sits in a little mental folder your brain refuses to close. It's called the Zeigarnik effect. Your mind fixates on unfinished things far more than finished ones. The 2-minute thinker closes those loops constantly, not because they're tidy, but because they've learned that a cluttered mind costs more energy than a cluttered desk. Ask yourself how many open tabs you're running mentally right now. Yeah, exactly. Another profile entirely is the strategic pauser. This one looks lazy from the outside. They actually stop in the middle of a busy day, step away, stare out a window. But what's happening neurologically is fascinating. The brain has a default mode network that activates only during rest. It's where creative connections form, where problems quietly solve themselves, where the insight you've been chasing shows up uninvited. The strategic pauser isn't slacking. They're literally doing cognitive work by doing nothing. Meanwhile, the person who never unplugs, their brain is running the same loop on repeat, wondering why nothing's moving. But here's the twist, possibly the most underrated hack of all, the Name-It-to-Tame-It Practitioner. This person, when they feel overwhelmed or irritable or inexplicably anxious, stops and labels it out loud or in writing. I'm frustrated because I feel unheard. Sounds almost embarrassingly simple, but neuroscience backs it completely. Naming an emotion activates the prefrontal cortex and literally reduces the amygdala's stress response. You're not just venting, you're rewiring the circuit in real time. People who do this regularly don't just seem calmer, they are calmer. Not because life gets easier, because they stop fighting their internal weather and start navigating it. Finally, the tiny win collector. They celebrate absurdly small victories, finished the paragraph, drank the water, sent the awkward text. And yes, it sounds delusional, but dopamine doesn't check the size of your achievement before releasing. Momentum is momentum. The brain that feels successful starts behaving like a successful brain. It compounds. So, which one are you? The environment architect gaming the system before sunrise, or the name-it practitioner catching yourself mid-spiral? Maybe you're already using one of these without realizing it. Drop it in the comments. I'm genuinely curious which one hits closest to home. And if this made you see your own habits a little differently, there's a lot more where that came from.